living proof. It's pretty safe to say, God give it, God take it away. It's the worldwide American way. I'm living proof.
What's going on, team? Proof here, and today I'm coming at you with the third part of my giveaway series for testing my dust list. And another quick housekeeping thing. Yesterday I still noticed people like skipping to the end of the video and just looking for the spike card and then putting it in the comments, even though I mentioned it a couple times not to do that. If I see you do that, I'm not going to count your answer for the question of the day or the card of the day in the giveaway for that particular day. So keep that in mind when you're making your guesses. You can send it to me on YouTube, private messenger. I'll even take it on Discord. I had a person find me on Facebook and send it to me because they noticed me making posts before. I'll even take that. If you do it that way, just make sure you leave your YouTube name in your guess. So if you get it correct, I'll put your YouTube name into my little Excel spreadsheet that I'm keeping track of everything. But that being said, today's question of the day is, what are your thoughts on the Vanguard reboot? The thing that kind of started this whole process of the giveaway kind of came from the reboot video, so definitely give that a look. My feelings on the reboot, I really like it. I'm excited to see what Standard has to offer. I'm excited to see what the cards have to offer, and yeah, I'm really excited for the summer months because Spike Brothers starting to get some stuff and just starting to see new hype renew, and the people in my Discord are really excited about it too. So I can't wait to see what that has in store. Now, for the games, today is going to be games 9 through 12. So we got 4 games coming at you. So let's go ahead and get into it. And the first game here is against our first no CL Geese deck, which in my opinion is the better version of the Geese decks out there because of the defense that the Angel Feather cards have to offer, and you have better means of getting checks going because of the rescue cards. So my hand's pretty good, and I am going first, I believe. Yeah, I'm going first. So as I told, or as I mentioned before, when it comes to Geese decks, I try not to be overly aggressive because I don't want to give them more checks, and I don't want to give them rear guards to hit into, just because that helps keep their damage, that helps them get more drive checks while keeping our damage low, and we need to have the damage to function. So he already got one of his binds off. So my course of action here is to wager between going for Dust, because Dust is a big answer for no CL, or for not no CL, but for Geese decks because of the negated trigger check, the negated power. But to go into Dust, I need to have more counterblast with me, and he's not putting rear guards on the board to attack me. So it's kind of playing a waiting game to try to get enough damage, or to have the means to go into Hellheart 8. But I can't do that without having Sea Breeze either. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game. And Zena, he's part of my Discord, so he's very keen on what Spikes can do because I played him a few times before. So it's a nice little game to see what I can do when somebody's familiar with what the deck can do. And he's already got like 3 Zeroth Dragons in the bind zone. Scary stuff. So I catch a heal, and with no CL, it's kind of scary to give them a lot of damage too, just because they can also have the no CL checks just add a lot of cards to their hand, or the no CL skill add a lot of cards to their hand. I think he has 4 in the bind now. Yeah, he has 4 in the bind. And thankfully he missed the 5th one there. So I'm missing a piece to go into Hellheart 8 on my stride turn because I only have Mecha plus 1 heal in my hand. At this point, I'm kind of wagering on going for Hellheart 8, just because it's easier to set it up with less counterblast than it is for Dust. A, because Dust needs 2 counterblasts on the front end. I probably should have wagered going for using Mecha Trainer there, but going after rear guard like I did means he has to attack me, and The reason I should have went for the Mecha Trainer here, because if in the chance that I checked the heal trigger, I could have went for Hellheart 8 on the back end, just in case he attacked me, which I expect him to do so here. So he's trying to set up Broken Hearts to do all the stuff and things. What I did was that I used my G-Guard very greedily, because a Gleam can't stop this by itself, and so he's able to hit me, and it puts me 2 damage on me, so I can still use Dust if I have to. So him hitting that check gave him his fifth bind for Zeroth Dragon. Let's see. So my thinking here is, do I have enough to be able to go into Dust here to be able to win me the game off of the Dust check and being able to get him from 3 damage to 6 damage, because he's checked a lot of heals. I think he has all his heals but one that I've seen at least 2 of them from what I remember correctly. And so I kind of thought here for a while, because if I pass the turn, he can simply go into Geese and pass his turn. So this is pretty much my last turn here, so it's kind of a do or die situation regardless. And knowing that Baby Geese here stops his trigger check, it kind of gives more credence to going into Dust, because I have the means to get the Counter Blast back and being able to go into my sequence here. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to maximize it, because he also has Broken Heart, which gives him power for his damage checks, which if I went into another stride, he'd be able to use it, but Dust negates it. So it's a big, and hitting that heal hurt me the most, because I could have pushed him from 3 to 4 instead of from 2 to 3, because 1 damage means a whole lot for Dust. So I think I was trying to find a way here to set up a sequence that I could be able to call out a tier early, or how do I say it? Find a way to call the tier in my hand and be able to call a tier during my battle phase to be able to get the Counter Blast back, which is why I gave up the Mecha Trainer as I did here, because I have Great Star in my hand. So I can call out Great Star, use the skill to call out Mecha Instructor, because I have 1 left in the deck, because I have 3 in my hand. And then I can use the Stride skill to call out tier mid-battle to get the Counter Blast back. I need to work on this 2 damage situation more, just because it still throws it for a loop, because I like to have 3 damage to be able to work with at the very minimum with the setup like this, but having 2 and trying to figure out how to navigate it is the toughest part. Excuse me. Yeah, this turn is tough for me, because he has what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 cards, of which 1, 2 of them are grade 2 or grade 3, so he can use them to guard my attacks. And he has this annoying girl here, Battle Cupid. He has a couple of these in his hand to be able to filter out these, at least the stand trigger, to be able to have more effective guard at the same time. So all this together makes for an impressive defensive wall for me to try to come over. And what I might do, if it's taking too long of me just jibber jabbering, I might fade this out to where I start going through the process. Let's see if I can figure out. So attack here, attack with Vanguard, use Stride skill, Counter Blast 1, put a card from my hand to the soul, call out a tier, use tier skill to get the 2 Counter Blasts back, and then get my triple drive action going, and then I can attack with Instructor, and then I can bind, call, get Great Star back for 1 Counter Blast, and then do that 1, 2, 3, 4, get 5 attacks off of that sequence there. I don't know if I could have did it better, just because the awkwardness. I probably should have. I don't think I should have did this, because 11,000, 15,000. It's the same exact guard on a 1 powered Vanguard. It's still 15k shield, so I don't think this mattered. And I could have drew into something that could have hurt me. I don't know if I should have did this play here, because I already had 1 soul. I would have added a second one, which meant that I still would have been able to use tier regardless. So this extra draw could have hurt me, because I think overall I think it was about the same, because he was probably gonna PG this guy anyway. Can he use this? Yeah, he can still use this. But he doesn't have one to use the rescue skill. Not like it matters, because he can't get the power anyway. This matchup, I'll just save and look at it later. Yeah. So yeah, 15,000, 11,000 don't matter power wise. So I don't think I needed to make this play here. But at the end of the day, I don't think it really mattered. And then Zena overguarded. And then do what I talked about here. Stride skill, grab a tier, call it back here, and I get the 2 counter blasts back. And becomes 11k booster, so that's not terrible. And then if you use the PG, that takes out his biggest guard option, minus the heals in his hand, of course. Oh yeah, hit a crit. Not bad. That crit helped me a lot. Which is why maybe that's what I was thinking of, because using Lilaps in my hand to draw compressed down my deck 1 more card to maybe after the shuffle, it just gave me better odds, even ever so slightly, of checking the critical trigger, which was something important to think about. And now I'm always gonna have a 21k star instructor, 21k instructor side, which keeps forcing out 3 cards out of my opponent's hand. And I can do it 2 more times, because I have 1 more counter blast here to do it once more. And then at the end of it, I can use instructor to bind star and call it over top of Frog here for a 28,000 attack. He was fishing to try and get his heal to the top, because maybe he can or not his heal to the top, but maybe just rescue check his last heal to help him survive. Or he could have got a grade 0 into its damage zone to be able to grab it with this other grade 1 no CL. And I kind of did a shortcut here just to save myself a couple clicks. And I boost this last one here just because it's gonna be the last time I'm attacking on this side with Star. So thinking back, I don't know if I could have did it better. But I think I did it the best way I could at the time of trying to see how the play plays out. So I don't know. I need to look at this more and see if there's another way I could have utilized here. But that's that game. And then Zena and I played the best 2 out of 3. So I'm coming back the next game with another game against the Geese no CL deck. For this game, I actually put it to ×3 speed, just because I think I explained the first game well enough to where I don't need to go through explaining how I planned on playing it out again, if that makes sense. And it'll make it shorter, because I remember this game and it goes on for a decently long time. Excuse me. So thinking back on it, not thinking back on it, but thinking on this game here, trying to figure out what I would do here differently, or what I would do now. And I stayed at grade 1 because I didn't want him to ride to an 8K grade 2 and just attack me for 8,000 on my 9K. That way he could just get a free check off of there. So I forced him to ride up to 2. Otherwise, I would keep riding or keep attacking his 6K with my 6K until he had damage on him. And then I didn't want him to be at grade 3 with me being at grade 1, so I went ahead and rode up anyhow. Grab Ryzen Nova, Pitch Poker, and I have the setup here for Hellheart 8. And that's kind of what I was going to shoot for, because I didn't think his Zeno was going to try to put damage on me again so that I could use Dust. I don't know why I did that. I have no idea why I pitched. I was so focused on going for Dust that I just tunnel visioned. And I don't think that was the right thing to do. I think I should have held on to that Mecha Trainer just in case he rode up, and so that I'd have the means of going right into Hellheart 8 on the back end. So here I was thinking of seeing if he would try to put the damage on me for Dust or not. And I think he only had one. He had 3 in bind. So I figured I'd go ahead and pressure him because I figured he only had 1 grade 3 no CL in his hand. I'd have been very wrong if he checked 2 of them, or checked 2 triggers, I should say. So he goes into what's her face, Seraph no CL. And he attacked Rear Guard like I expected he would. And hopefully he doesn't double trigger here. Oh yeah, I notified him that he couldn't use the skill of no CL to call out stuff if he attacked my Rear Guard. Because her skill says, at the end of the battle, this unit attack the Vanguard, do all the stuff. Oh, I got a heal anyway. I get rewarded, never punished. But I can't, since I didn't have 4 heals in my hand, it's not like I could greedy. I couldn't greedy guard anyway because these 2 cards wasn't gonna attack. So I couldn't even greedy 4G guard into Hellheart 8 off of 1 attack. And I think I did this. Actually, I don't know why I did this here. I think I was trying to put myself out. It makes sense because if he starts drawing and passing and not attacking me, this at least lets me start to turbo or get my GB count up for Hellheart 8. Because if I go into my first try without G Guard, I'd be at GB 2, and if he doesn't attack me, just because out of fear of Hellheart 8, then I'd be 1 G count behind, if that makes sense. So I think it was smart of me to go for that play to use my 1 G guard, because now I can use the other 2 to use Linus to get into Hellheart 8. And with him having only 4 Zeros in bind, he's in a position where he has to attack me and activate Hellheart 8, or he can't attack and just keep going into Raphael here to get the heal off. So I don't want to say I did this purposely, but I kind of put him in a position of checkmate, of being between a rock and a hard place, of having to attack me, or if he having to attack me to force Hellheart 8 to try and get his last bind off, or I lost train of thought. He's in a position where he has to attack me to get to 8, but to get more cards to get his bind off for Geese. But if he doesn't, But if he doesn't do that, then he's down on cards, and if he does, he has to see Hellheart 8. Holy crap. I need more coffee. So basically what I did here is I rolled up to my second Marindal, used his axe skill to flip up something, and pass my turn. Because I don't want him to take the damage. Because he was going to take the damage, I didn't want him to take it and have 5 Zeros in bind, and then go into to Geese here. And so I just strode up to Agrius because I don't have any more Marindals and I don't have any more Act Phase flippers. At least ones that don't cost counterblast. And then I just passed my turn. My entire goal now is to just stride up and force him to give me Hellheart 8 one way or the other. I'm either going to get it through naturally striding or I'm going to get it through him attacking me. Because he knows if he attacked me, I'd do my other G guard. So now I'm at Generation Break 7, and now he has to attack me because Hellheart 8 is coming anyway. And I really wish he didn't get this this broken heart off rip. And I chose not to G guard here because it keeps me with a card in my hand to be able to use it off of a charge unit. Because either way, I was going to get the counterblast back by him attacking me. So now, when it comes to setups, and I get the counterblast back with Tier, and this kind of helps put into formation, I guess, realization why I like Instructor in the deck, because it lets me reuse Tier, as you're going to be seeing in a little bit, while having lesser damage. So nice crit. But he also, A, he has no CL, B, he has broken hearts in the back, C, he has the means to rescue check a bunch of times and get a whole bunch of power. Annoying. I wonder if I should have went for Dust here. Nah, because he only had one attack anyway. And I can't remember. I think he just attacked Raw. Yeah, there was no way I could have G-guarded and have him give me the damage while putting another attack on. Actually, yeah, because I needed 2 counter blasts. I don't think there was a way for me to go on the Dust here. So there's a little confusion about the power. Give power to Frog. And then this is basically just me going through my Hellheart 8 sequence here while he keeps giving massive power to his girl here. And then here I was kind of wondering the best way to proceed, and then I kind of saw the line of calling out Instructor here and then attacking with it for 51. I think it was 51. 56, not bad. But then he gets another PG, and then just all the stuff, things I hated back in the past with no CL decks. And then Tier to get me 2 counter blasts back again. Even though it's kind of a whiff attack, I can still get Great Star back and continue to add more power to my Frog Raider here. Excuse me. And I chose to call Star here because it's more power, because it's 7k more, which I think it mattered in this case. Hate this girl too. He got all this power off of 0 triggers, which is insane if you think about it. And then the loop between Great Star and Instructor just adds 20,000 power to Frog Raider every time you choose to do it. And now here I believe I misplayed, because the loop, while giving 20k power, takes out an extra card out of my hand. And with him being so big as he is in terms of shield value and guard potential, knowing he had at least one heal in his or one PG in his hand, I think it was a misplay on my end to go for the loop one more time. It would have been better serving for me to keep all 4 cards in my hand to keep throwing charge units in front of Frog Raider here. Even though it is impressive to have a 92,000 power Frog Raider. It's my new personal record for big Frog Raider power. But it's insane to see the guard potential here. And this is where having that extra card would have been handy, because I think he would have had to guard the exact same way regardless. So I kind of put myself in a position where if he had the guard, I lost, or if he checked the heal, I lost. So no, not really necessary for me to put myself in that particular position. That's my new record there for overall power. And holy crap, that was insane. So yeah, my biggest misstep was going for the instructor loop one more time, just because I would have had one more card to call. Because if he did heal, I had one more attack I could have used to hit over the top of his G guard. Because I don't think his G guard would have been enough to protect him from whatever else I had in store. I think I had one more black guard available. 1, 2, 3. Nope, I was out of those. But I did have what's his name? Cunning Brain left to attack for 98,000. Yeah, it would have been close. Who knows? But that was that game, insane as it was. And that's only game 2, and we're already 30 minutes into this thing. So I'm gonna be right back for the third game. All right, back for the third game. And I'm gonna make these ×3 speed going forward. At least if the first couple games are gonna be super long. But I'm facing against Blau, and against Blau, I'm not too keen on what the new Blau stuff does, but I knew to look out for Galaxy and the strides. Excuse me. That way I'm not getting blown out by impressive restanding action. So I ride Tier to save Acrobat in my hand to be able to search out my Rise and Vanguard without needing to use Mecha Trainer to get it, especially in a case like this. And I ride up Mayhem Tiger just in case I need to G-guard it back with Gase later. It's easy to do it from here. And it saves me Black Guard in my hand for any other purpose I need. And I know it seems weird to give him the damage, but I also didn't want him, I wanted to put him in a position to have more damage on him for my bigger plays later. And he goes at rear guard anyway. So I ride up, get the Marindal, set up for Hellheart 8, because I had a Mecha plus a Beans in my hand. And then I can dig once more. There was a way, since I'm on Rise of Nova, I could have sat on Instructor, or I could have sat with Lylips in the back here, because no grappler don't have means to retire it unless you're Victor. But I went ahead and did it anyway just to get the extra dig in. Especially because there's not like a great star, some type of situation here. And now I'm at 1 damage with Hellheart 8 ready to go. With I got Lylips anyway. So all I need to do is just G-guard effectively here and not die to something random. And then I can go into Hellheart 8 and try to claim this game. He goes into Medio Victor, and if you have a Vanguard Blau, this card name is power. Then For each face up, grade 4 card blind, this card name, get plus 4,000 on your Vanguard or G zone. Okay. So I took that one, and I think I just triple G guarded this here just to leave no doubt. I gave in a draw trigger, my Mayhem. That's it. Because I didn't want any non-charge unit, non-trigger stuff to go back. Triple G guard. This is 56 plus 35, or 46 plus 35, 41, 41 plus 71, some type of number that he couldn't hit over. I can't do quick math. I think he forfeited here. I can't remember if I went through the whole sequence. Sheesh to GBA and GG. Yeah, he forfeited. He dipped. So that's that game. And I'll be right back with the last game of today. So for the last game of today, we're going against Messiah. And I feel pretty comfy going against Messiah with the new spike stuff here. So my hand was looking kind of rough here, but I did have a means to go into my particular Ryzen Vanguard. Except I drew it. So I chose to keep it in my hand, or choose to keep Mecha on the board until after this turn here. Excuse me. And I think I stayed at, yeah, I used Mecha to grab, I think something, yeah. That way I didn't have to pitch beans to go into it, to go into my first stride turn. So he goes ahead and goes into Sea Breeze here. And he still gets the stride skill, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. Pitch Mayhem, because it's always in my hand. And it hits the heel, which is sad, but what can you do? Stride, going to Marindal. Pretty sure he used beans. Oh. Interesting. Oh, just to attack this thing here. Not bad. I support that play because I can absorb it with my skill. So I have my heals ready to go, and I'm in a position here to go into Hellheart 8 on my next turn. And as I mentioned in the last video, that's why I love the flexibility that the deck offers, being able to go into Hellheart 8 or into a Dust sequence. And both are really strong. So he's setting up the nuts here with all this action going on. It's funny how Messiah kind of became Alien Gold Paladin with all the top calls and stuff like that. So my goal here is to put myself one more damage up. No. I think I wanted to go one more damage up for him in the heal checks. Because this is a weird position to be in, because you want to be able to G-guard effectively while putting yourself in a position where you don't die to your opposing person's crit, while maintaining cards in your hand. So I chose here to double G-guard to no past this to stop any type of crit check shenanigans as best I could. On the flip side, that made me vulnerable to any heal checks at the same time. But I saw him check one earlier, so I think I felt decently comfortable doing this play here. So stride up, and then my whole purpose here was to set up for Frog Raider to be able to come down and descend on and go. And I should have sent back this my poker against Link Joker here, and I was so far into this play that I didn't realize that I was just walking myself into a misplay. Spoiler alert. because I gave the 8 skill to Frog, and then it balanced itself. I didn't give it to Lila here, and then I realized I was on the wrong Ryzen. And then I shame concede. I just dipped out. So what I could have done, besides this misplay, is if I gave Liar Lips the Hellhard skill, I could have called out Procure to give me Frog Raider back. And if I was smart enough to put this Procure back into the deck, because I have 2 of them, I could have, when he used his secondary G guard, probably a Lacus Karina, to bind my Frog again, I could have shoved in Procure, called out Procure again, provided it wasn't in my hand or some mess like that. And then I could have got back Frog again, and then he would have been out his 2 biggest guard options, staring down my Frog Raider that was about to get bigger, because thanks to the instructor loop, even though it comes back as a 7K, I can easily give it 20,000 power to keep on hitting over my opponent's Vanguard. And that's the thing I need to remember, is being which Ryzen am I on to be able to utilize particular Hellhard 8 formations. So shame concede, took the L. Whoops. And so for that, out of these 12 games, I think that put me at 10-2. Yeah, 12 games, I lost 2, so I'm currently sitting at 10-2 after these 10 games. So it's really good. I'm getting a nice, good feel for the deck, and I just need to remember small things here to continue, increase my level of play. So I hope you enjoyed. It's really long, thanks to those no CL games, but I hope those were nice and fun to watch. And look out for the spike card of the day. And until next time, peace. Be easy.
Listen.